Hey everyone, hello and welcome, Tony Bing here. For this test centre video we'll have a look at Black Cat. Now this will be a nice, quick, easy video for the reason being that she wasn't released that long ago, so not a huge amount has changed. There's a little bit more variety from talents, but by and large how she plays on live is how you'll be able to play her on this test centre iteration and how she'll probably play once the big update goes. But let's have a look at the first section, which is Claws and Whips. So for this first section we're looking at our movement skill, and this has still got the stealth built into it there. It's Quick Getaway it's called anyway. And then we have Cat's Claws, which is your basic melee attack and it restores health and hit there. And then we have Deep Cuts, which is your melee claw attack. This does the same thing it used to do on live in that it gives a critical hit chance 15%, and that effect is doubled if Foe Fillet is on cooldown as well. And then we have Claws Out here, which is doing your bleeding dot, 8-second cooldown. And then we have Master Thief again, so it's area invisibility and it's buffing you. And when we look at the talents, which is similar to the specs on live, you can change what kind of buff you get from Master Thief. And then we have Foe Fillet, which we were talking about a moment ago, that will tie in with Deep Cuts there, and that gives you a buff to claw powers. And then we've got Land on Your Feet, which is your kind of crash down style move that's got a bleed on it, 8-second cooldown. And then we've got Cat Nap as well, which previously on live that was in your third tree and it was tied in with Put Them Down. Jumping ahead of myself though looking at that tree, but you've got these two skills. And then finally you've got Cat Scratch Fever, which is a signature, and you'll notice we can't see the second signature in either of these trees, but when we get to talents that particular question will be answered. Let's have a look at the trap section anyway, which is another nice simple one. Okay, so for the traps you get the same kind of setup as live. You've got your explosive trap, which is just pure damage. You have your gas trap, which is weaken. You have your taser trap, which is quite a high damage dot, but you need to link them together. And then you have the sticky trap one, which is your vulnerability as well there. For the actual kind of melee moves, you've got Whip Crack, and with this, the same as on live, you get a bonus 40% if a trap power's on cooldown. We then have Grappling Whip, which is 40% against bleeding, it's still got the area tag. And then we have Come Here Kitty, which is whip power damage being buffed by 15%, similar to how Foe Fillet buffs your claw damage power. And then the final skill we're looking at is Put Them Down there, which, as mentioned before, these two skills, Cat Nap and Put Them Down, kind of work together because they can be used while you're stealthed. So very simple, that section's. Let's now have a look at talents and traits. So we'll have a look at traits first. Now, offensive trait, you have Bad Luck. This is critical hit chance 3%. The archetype is Scrapper, which gives you a bonus damage to fighting and or speed. And then for the defensive trait we have Catsuit, which gives you a 3% dodge chance, and you're looking at a multiplier for deflect and dodge, and you've got the damage reduction of 8% on melee combat as well. Now for her actual kind of, I don't know if you'd call it a resource, but she's got 9 lives. This just operates the same way as it does in live. Whenever you get defeated, you've restore so much health and you get so many charges, and they recharge over 90 seconds. So basically lots of the number 9 in that tooltip. Now for the first talent we've got Sleight of Paw, which is nearby enemies will sometimes be knocked down. I think that used to be worked into our Bad Luck talent before. It also adds a deflect chance and dodge chance of 2% there, so that's alright, it's nothing special. And then we've got Pinpoint Accuracy, so chance on hit to instantly defeat non-boss enemies 2%. I like that. 2%'s low, but if you're hitting with a kind of fast attack on her, then that could be quite nice. You've also got the critical hit and brutal strike chance of 2% as well. And then we have 10 times the charm there, so that's giving her another extra life. Now for talent line number 2 we've got Whip Fighter. So with this you gain a critical hit chance 5% for whip powers, and Come Here Kitty buff potencies plus 25%, and the buff goes up by 3 seconds. So originally 15%, the 25% is an additive, so if we look it then goes up to 20% as opposed to what you might initially think, the 25 and the 15, 40%, but it doesn't do that. But the duration is 8 seconds, that's still pretty nice really. Now next up we've got Silent Pause, so Quick Getaway stealth duration increased to 5 seconds, that's your Quick Getaway there. And while stealth from Quick Getaway is active, you gain movement speed and you regen health as well. And then we have one woman minefields. This is your traps build. So gas trap, sticky trap, explosive trap, 6 charges. The charges are shared, and taser trap has its own separate 4 charges as well, same as live. And talent light number 3, we have gate crasher. So claw powers and whip powers always deal a critical hit while Master Thief is active. And then we have cat burglar. So Master Thief's steal chance 90%. Master Thief's cooldown is refreshed when you use cat scratch fever, and it gives you credit find, rare item find and special item find. That's a bit weak really. I don't see I'd be using that over a skill that gives all my claws and whip powers 100% chance to deal critical hits really. It's a bit bizarre. It was weak on live and it's weak here. Now for the third option here, we have life of the party. So Master Thief resets all charges and trap powers. Master Thief applies concealed as well, so that could be interesting for trap builds. Now talent line number 4, we have diamond tip claws. So cat scratch fever deals additional damage over time. Cat's meow, cat scratch fever transform into the cat's meow. So there we go, we can see that changing there, so we get that signature back. And the cat's meow allows you to pepper the area with explosive traps before cleverly escaping the blast there. And then we have spring loaded traps, which is cat scratch fever, also throws out gas traps, sticky traps and also explosive traps. It's got a weird tooltip where the S's and end aren't coloured blue for some reason. It's a bit bizarre. Now for the 5th talent line we have cruel claws. So claw powers deal 5% more damage to bleeding enemies, full fillet potency 25% and full fillet buff duration 3%. So that's similar to how you could buff Come Here Kitty, and here's full fillet just there. You can see it's now 20% claw power damage and 8-second duration. And then we have crossed paths, which is trap powers no longer break self. That's definitely interesting. I'd be interested to kind of see what builds people can come up with. A stealthy trap build that could be quite good fun. And then finally curiosity kills. So catnap and put them down, which is the skill here and here, no longer break stealth and can be used out of stealth. And catnap always deals a critical hit, and put them down applies a powerful slow. So those 2 last traits, it's a pity they're in the same line because they actually kind of change existing builds a little bit, but overall nice enough. As I said at the start of the video, not a massive amount has changed because she has a recently released hero, but it looks like your existing builds will still work. But if you want to add a little bit more in, a bit of variety, then you can certainly do that. So nice and easy, and well, I'll see you all again for the next video.